Hello and welcome to my channel. My name's Val, and first of all, apologies if you get any background noise. My neighbour's doing a bit of DIY, so there might be the odd bit because I've got a window or two open. And what I thought I'd show you today, I've previously shown the first two journals that I made when I started junk journaling, and this is the third one. I just wanted to show you this one because this one, I felt like I made a bit of progress with it, that I began understanding what it is I like and don't like about journals that I'm making. And this one did feel like progress. It's quite colourful, as are most of the things. I realise that I don't really go in for neutrals. It is a lot of colour. And one of the first things you might notice about this journal is it's squishy. It's got a squishy cover. And this is something I picked up from a channel called Susie's Journal Adventures, or Susie's Journaling Adventures. I'll check the channel name and put it in the description box below. But I saw her make covers out of envelopes, padded envelopes, which have got the bubble wrap inside them. And I really like that idea. You get a beautifully squishy cover, and it's firm enough that it'll make a good cover, but it's squishy enough that you can actually get it in the sewing machine and you can sew material on here. That's another thing that I realised with making this journal, is that I really like having fabric as well as paper in a journal. It really does add something. I've got brown paper on the back, which I've just splattered alcohol ink and acrylic paint on. There's some scrap material that I machine sewed here. I've got these handmade beads on here and some little lettering beads, and this lovely material which has got a food mixer on it. It always seems like the nicest material I have I've only got in scrap, because I bought a scrap bag and I find things like this. I would love to buy some more of that. There's some of my gel prints on here and this little scrap of vintage tablecloth. And another of the things I realised about making this journal was that I like a journal to have a theme. I don't have to stick to it rigidly, but it works better if it's not just completely random, that there is some kind of theme going on. And this one is to do with my garden in June. It was a very dry month, not a lot of rain, and so I wrote about how parched the ground was and how much I was looking forward to actually hearing rainfall again. And we've got pictures from a book. I chopped up a book which was flower based. It does occasionally seem wrong to cut up books, but there are plenty of books in the world, and it's not like it was a particularly valuable one. And I didn't read it. It was just a very nice looking reference book full of beautiful pictures, and it's found another use as book pages in a journal. And this is a little collage of a couple of gel prints, and I've stamped on there with some poppies. This cardboard here is actually from an Easter egg box. So it's got a little egg-shaped hole in it where you could capture a tantalising glimpse of your chocolate egg within the box. And I've just stuck on here some little flowers that I painted. I am not great at painting and drawing, but I just thought I'll have a go, and if I think they look like flowers, fine, that's good enough for me. That's a photo of an iris, which the more you look at those irises, the more amazing they seem. Hopefully you can see that properly without the ring light making it too glary. And this lifts up, and then there's a section here that lifts out, and there's still room for me to put more things in there. That's another of my gel prints. I really like when you've got a couple of layers of colour on a gel print and then you put a stencil on top and put white paint as your final layer. It does look really good. And we've got little scraps of material here for the tabs, and I really do think fabric adds a lot to a journal. And there's just a little journal card there which I haven't written on, and there's a seed packet underneath. There's a homemade seed packet there. I've just cut out a little area to show that there's something inside, and there's a little tag with paper collage on the front and some sari silk on there as ribbon. And we've got just odd bits of trim. Photo from my garden when it looked a bit respectable. Doesn't always look that neat. And a little pocket here with just a little couple of tags in there. Another homegrown flower, hand-drawn flower. That's just a little flower shape that I made from cutting up petal shapes out of coloured paper and sticking those down on there. And that's just cut from a magazine, I think. A picture of some poppies. Another seed packet, really beautiful seed heads on those. And I don't think, is that a pocket? I think you might get something really narrow in there maybe. Actually, I think that's more or less glued down. Another seed packet and a little pocket there. I've just got a book page on there and got a circle out of some flowery paper and stamped a tulip on there. That is from when I was playing around with a laminator. It's just got little gold stars trapped between the plastic. There's a little pocket here and a pocket there and there. Some more flowers and just bits of the book page there. That is from a magazine and it's where someone's painted a wall with that amazing design. Really pretty. I don't think I'd have the nerve to try that. My painting would not be as elegant as that. There's some butterflies. So they're kind of keeping with the garden theme. And they're just watercolour on paper and with black pen for the body and the little antenna. And there's just fabric and some sticky on gemstones. There's a little pocket with nothing in it. And this, there's a pocket at the back. You can see my lines of sewing machine thread on there. And there's a little journal card. 27th of June. We've still not had a decent downpour. I never thought I'd crave rain quite so much. Thankfully, we have got some rain. There you go. But it has been a very dry summer so far overall. So that's my third journal. And I was pretty pleased with that one. I do particularly love the cover. So I hope you like that little flip through. I do have a couple more things to show you. One not a success and one which is not bad. So I'll do those in a separate video. So I hope you enjoyed this and thank you for stopping by. And if you can give me a like or a comment, that would be absolutely brilliant. Okay, thanks so much. Bye-bye.